Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to Taboo Conversations, the podcast. I'm doing something a little bit different this morning, just to let you know. I'm actually here on my cell phone. I have two cell phones. I have one that's an older phone that was my goddaughter's, and I have my phone that I actually use that's recording this video for me, so I can see how this process is going to work. So I can see if I can get some videos uploaded of my podcast, so that, of course, I can share them to YouTube and that kind of thing as well. With me being live talking, I guess I put it that way. So, like I said, this is Taboo Conversations, the podcast. And like I said, I'm live streaming from my page on Facebook called Speak Your Truth, which is the relationship coaching, which actually sponsors these episodes. So like I said, definitely I'm broadcasting from there live on video. And like I said, this is my morning motivational video. I want to try to do something a little bit different this week because I know I've been through a lot. Today is only Tuesday, but I know I've been through a lot these last few days. And I know I'm not the only one out there in this world who's been through a lot as well. So I want to, of course, start bringing you all some motivation, if not every morning, most mornings that I can, to whenever anything gets in my spirit, whenever God drops anything in my spirit, so that I can make sure that I'm coming to you all with something that they can uplift you as well, and that can motivate you throughout the day, and they can empower you as well. So like I said, that's where this inspiration for this particular episode came from. I guess I put it that way, and this is where it's starting from as well. But like I said, this week, y'all, this has been a crazy week. I guess I can put it that way. I know from my last podcast, I was talking about the no good men that I overheard over at the Family Dollar. And y'all, let me just say, I told y'all men that I had y'all back as well. But like I said, this episode is not going to be about that. The next episode, I guarantee you, will definitely be so. But like I said, this one is about, of course, just letting you know, because I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. I know it's stuff going down in Cuba. I know it's stuff going around everywhere. The corona, everything, a lot of stuff is going on. And like I said, I know with my days and the things that's going on, how stressful you can get, and how frustrated you can get, and how scared you can get, and how fearful you can get with all the stuff going on, wondering what's happening in the world, what's going to be going on, is this God testing us, or what is happening? Like I said, a lot of folks, of course, out there are anxious, or of course getting depressed, or if they're not already depressed, that things are going on. And like I said, I just want to bring y'all some motivation on these mornings. I guess I put it that way, because I know that I need it as well as you do as well. And like I said, my yesterday, y'all, it just was crazy. I put it that way. Not crazy like that, but I mean, it was just some unexpected things going on. I guess I'd say that. And like I said, actually, with my job, we got a notice yesterday that we're actually moving offices or downsides and all this kind of stuff. So I'm like, okay, so I'm waiting to see what's going to be going on with me soon. I have no idea, so I'll let you all know, keep you all informed of what's going on. But like I said, it wasn't just that, it's just that, which I'm not going to say I don't care what's going on with the job, that kind of thing. My main thing is I'm focused on my business, of course, trying to, of course, like I said, speak your truth. My relationship coaching business is actually who sponsors these episodes. So I'm trying to, of course, make sure that I'm getting the information out there about my business and that kind of thing as well, and trying to get that going so that I can depend on my business only. I guess I put it that way. Like I said, that has always been a dream of mine. And like I said, definitely just having all the things that's been going on. My car was broken down, all kind of stuff like that. And like I said, I definitely could have got very, very depressed. I guess I put it that way. I definitely could have I did get a little bit angry with the man at the, the O'Reilly's Auto Parts, because they were saying that my part wasn't under warranty, but whatever, I bought another one. And I went through corporate yesterday morning, because that was a whole nother issue and a whole different conversation. I guess I put it that way. But like I said, with all this stuff going on, yes, it was easy for me to go ahead and get depressed, get down, want to cry, all those kind of things, but I did not. Like I said, that's what I'm telling you all. I know there's sometimes that you're going to feel like that you want to cry, you want to get down, you want to get depressed, you don't want to be here anymore. I have been to all four of those places. And like I said, definitely there at some point we have to learn how to, of course, like I said, start picking ourselves back up, and have to realize, I know, of course, it took me a long time to even get like this, because I'm one who has a bad temper. You probably can't tell on this podcast, but I'm one that has a bad temper and that kind of thing as well. But go off in a moment and say things, people like, what did she just say? That kind of thing. So like I said, I definitely had to learn how to, of course, control my emotions, I guess, in that realm, so I won't get too upset, so I wouldn't get too angry, so I wouldn't fly off the handle, so I won't, of course, get too depressed, so I won't, of course, say I don't want to be here anymore because this situation is not working, or get too anxious where I'm feeling fearful all the time that this is never going to work, this is never going to happen, all these types of things. Like I said, with all the last few days, I could have got down about a whole lot of things. Trust me on that, y'all, when I say that. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that's out here in this world that that has gotten depressed or that is going through some things. There's folks that's still losing their lives over Corona as well. There's all types of stuff going on. I'm looking at not the news, but what is it called? When I'm logging into my Google, Google News, I don't know what the heck it's called, just my Google site. And of course you get all those articles that come up about murders and killings and all this types of stuff going on all across the U.S. and in St. Louis and in Chicago. Because I live in St. Louis, so of course we're usually the number one murder capital of the country, unfortunately. And I'm just like, okay, what is going on? It seems like somebody's dying, getting killed every single day. And I'm like, this has got to stop. And like I said, there's a lot of stuff that, of course, I can be getting depressed about as well. Like I said, the same as you all. Like I said, there's folks dying every day from Corona. My heart goes out to those families. But like I said, with all this stuff going on, we have to realize that we can't get ourselves too down, y'all. Yes, I know there's a grieving time. I'm not saying that. I know that, grieving for everything. Whether it's grieving for a loss of a loved one, or grieving for a job, or grieving for a loss of a business, or a loss of a child, or whoever it is, or whatever it is, like a loss of a house or a car, because a lot of folks are losing their homes, apartments, because they can't pay their rents. The jobs are gone, that kind of thing. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on that folks can, of course, be down about. But y'all want to know what I'm loving? I guess lately, I put it that way. I've been loving seeing some awesome positive stories. And like I said, of folks that, of course, out who job has closed, that kind of thing. I've been seeing like every week there's like 1 or 2 people I'm looking at like on this Google on my Google main page home screen. And there's several people who started a job, they're making millions in 6 months, in a year, in 3 years, all this kind of stuff. Like I said, this is awesome news, y'all. And like I said, I know that's only a few people a week I'm seeing out of millions of people here in the U.S., but I know good and well that a lot more of us can, of course, uplift our spirits as well and move more towards the positive as well. We don't have to stay in that same realm, y'all, where things are going on, where things are happening, things are looking crazy, you're getting depressed and that kind of thing. Like I said, I have been there. I've been suicidal as well a few times in my life. I know how it feels to be depressed and stuff like that. But like I said, at some point we have to realize that we have to pick ourselves back up and move forward. Yes, there's time to grieve. Yes, there's always time to grieve. And everybody has their own grieving process. But just remember that at some point you have to pick yourself back up, dust your shoulders off, dust those shoes off, dust those pants off. And like I said, keep on moving, y'all. And just to let you know as well, I know this Taboo Conversations is all about the relationships. I want to make sure that you know that the relationship that's the most important in this whole world is the relationship that you have with yourself, and it starts with you first. If you're not nobody's going to be whole and perfect or an angel or God. There's only one God. So whatever, and that's whatever God that you believe in. And like I said, definitely nobody's going to be up to that level. We're always going to be on track to, of course, moving forward, improving ourselves. If it's every day, every week, every month, every year, whatever your goals look like, that's up to you. But like I said, definitely, we know that, of course, when we're dealing with ourselves first, like I said, we're the first relationship that we have. We're the first main relationship that we have. Of course, trying to, of course, make sure that we know who we are, being self-aware, make sure that we know, of course, how we react to different things, and knowing how, of course, we're going to move through life. Whether you're going to move through life with a negative outlook or you're going to move through life with a positive outlook, you have to decide that. That relationship with yourself decides all the other relationships around you. For example, if you're moving through life with a negative attitude and a negative outlook, that means your other relationships, or most of them around you, are going to be full of negativity, drama, gossip. You're down, depressed, and bringing everybody else down. That's how that looks. I have been there. I've been that person. I've gotten the same thing in return. Like I said, at some point we have to realize that all the stuff that we do actually creates everything that moves around us. It's not just these people that did this. Yes, sometimes, actually, take that back. About 5% of the time, it probably is those people, whoever it is around you, that's causing issues, causing drama, whatever it is, whatever the case is going to be. But majority of the time, it is you, or us, me, I put it that way. With our, like I said, our outlook, our mindset, that kind of thing, when it comes to our other relationships and how we move through life. Like I said, we have to realize that. Like I said, yes, Taboo Conversations, the podcast is definitely about those relationships, but it always starts with ourselves first. I don't care who you are. No, it does not start with your mother. It does not start with your father, your partner, your kids, nobody else. If you're not, of course, on your way to, of course, becoming the person you are able to speak your truth and be who you are within your relationships. That's why I put that tagline on there. It starts with you, y'all. It does not start with me. Well, it starts with me in my own life, yes, but it does not start with me, you all looking at me as a coach or that kind of thing, or you're looking at your mom, your dad, trying to figure out what's going on. Yes, we can give you tips and plant seeds all day. That's what people like me do. But like I said, you have to take those seeds that are being planted and cultivate those seeds into the life that you want to see, not to resemble my life, your mom's life, your dad's life, whoever else's life. You have to create that life on your own. Like I said, it starts with you first. And like I said, I just hope this bit of motivation, this bit of mindset this morning, let you all know that. And like I said, we don't have to, of course, stay down about anything. Yes, like I said, plant those seeds that have been planted, especially the positive seeds. Make sure that you're taking those back to your life and, of course, implementing them inside your life how you see fit, not how that person who planted them see fit. But just keep in mind also, like I said, as we move through our life and that kind of thing, there's never going to be a dull moment. I can tell you that. Life, change is always inevitable. Life is always being created around us in some type of way, whether it's to a person, place, or thing. Just remember that. And sometimes those things are going to clash with us. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's a person, if it's a house, if it's a car, or whatever it's going to be. Like I said, something's going to clash with us. And like I said, we have to learn how to, of course, pick ourselves back up from all those tumultuous times, all this craziness that's going on, and figure out some ways to solve these issues, y'all. Like I said, I'm one who always thinks about problem solving, and I hear the issue, I see the issues, and I want to solve. I have solutions. I love solutions. That's just how my mind works. I know some folks' mind don't work that way. They see the negativity and they want to dwell on that for years and months and days and decades. And I have actually seen it for decades, for depression and different things like that. Just keep in mind that we can help those things as well. Yes, the medication may help, I'm sure. But like I said, majority of that when it comes to depression, anxiety, all those types of things, worrying, because I have excessive worrying sometimes, that actually starts within us first. I don't care what's going on, I guess, outside of your life. That always starts with us first. The fear of the unknown we have to get used to. Of course, just stepping into our day-to-day, making sure that we're staying present, making sure that we, of course, are dealing with the situations going on right then and that day, in that moment, and not worrying about what we could have done 10 years ago. Why did this happen to me, and all those kind of things. All that shit happened to you, I'm sure, because it's creating the life that God want to see you with. I know you hear folks out here talking about turn your testimony into a message, and or turn your message into a message, and all these type of things. Like I said, everybody goes through life on a different path. God doesn't give you more than what you can handle. Just remember that. I had to grow into learning that. I'm 44 and a half years old. I'll be 45 on September the 15th. But like I said, it's definitely something that I had to realize, that God will not give me more than I can handle. I used to be so pissed off. My mother on drugs, my father on drugs, all this shit going on. He beating her ass every day, all this stuff going on. I'm like, why in the hell am I in this situation? Now I can tell you why I was in that situation. I was in that situation so I can grow some damn wings, so that I can grow my eagle talons and all this other stuff, so that I can claw through life and get through my situations better, so that I can come out better on the other side and tell y'all how that felt, and tell y'all the lessons that I learned during that process. That's why I'm sure that's why I had to go through all those things. If I didn't go through all those things, I would not have a testimony for y'all today. I would not have all this information, all this inspiration, and all this motivation, of course, let you all know. And like I said, you have to look at your life the same way. Yes, I was divorced. I'm sure you were divorced. Well, some of y'all were divorced as well. Some of y'all may have had parents who are being abused. Some of y'all may have parents that have abandoned y'all. Some of y'all have parents who or somebody in a family friend that may have sexually abused y'all. I have as well. Like I said, at some point we have to realize that all those things that we go through, God does not give us more than we can handle. And God gives us, I'm not saying that is right or that is wrong, but just keep in mind that all those lessons that we're learning, all the things that we're going through, all those things are for us to, of course, develop the courage and the strength to, of course, learn those lessons, of course, and to, of course, heal, to, of course, forgive, and to move on, so that we can teach the next those lessons that we learn, and plant those seeds in somebody else's life to help them move ahead, y'all. Just keep that in mind. Like I said, we don't go through things just for a reason. I don't believe that. I know nothing is a coincidence. My life isn't a coincidence, and neither is yours. I'm telling y'all that. I'm pointing her at the camera now. I'm telling you that as well. Like I said, our life is not a coincidence. All these things that I went through, that you went through, are all lessons for us, like I said, to teach the next person. I know that, and I believe that. I know that now, and I believe that now wholeheartedly. I know that. But like I said, definitely, I didn't see that back then when I was going through the chaos. I know a lot of y'all may be going through chaos right now. Like I said, there's somebody out there that needs your story, that needs to hear the lessons that you're going through and to know how you fought through those things. Some folks out here have no idea how to fight through a divorce. Some folks out here have no idea how to fight through healing after sexual abuse or sexual trauma. Like I said, if I have that information, and I can get on video, or even if I can do a podcast, not even be recorded. Like I said, somebody out here needs to hear that, y'all. So I just want to get that message across to y'all this morning, just to let you know that you're not alone. Like I said, I hope that this video and this podcast episode, of course, like I said, definitely motivated you to, of course, get your wheels turning this morning. Like I said, I know I needed this motivation this morning as well, after the last several, what's today, Tuesday? 3-4 days I've had, I guess I put it that way. So like I said, definitely, I know I needed this motivation when I come on here. I'm speaking to y'all, of course, my audience as well, but I'm speaking to myself as well about these things and reminding myself what the hell I need to get up and do every day. And like I said, I'm definitely reminding you all, I'm hoping, or at least one of you all that's listening, of what you need to get up and do every day as well. And like I said, I just hope that this message got across to y'all. And I want to say, I'm going to go ahead and get off here, but I want to say thank you all for tuning in to this video here. I'm looking at the video now, and to, like I said, to this podcast episode on Taboo Conversations on Anchor. And like I said, definitely for those who are listening, just know that this podcast is sponsored by Speak Your Truth Relationship Coaching, where I help educate and inspire and empower you to be who you are and speak your truth within your relationships. And I want to say thank you all for being here. Again, it's sponsored by Taboo. It's sponsored by Speak Your Truth Relationship Coaching. And for those who, of course, who are connected with me on the Anchor podcast platform or any other platform that's out there that I'm on, like Google Podcasts, make sure that you all, make sure that you are supporting the podcast. Make sure that you're commenting down there, because I want to know who you are, who's listening, what's going on in your life as well. And if you had these kind of situations, that how you're learning from your lessons in order to inspire the next person that comes along. And like I said, I definitely want that support from you all. I definitely want to hear from you all. Also, my podcast is now accepting donations, just to let you all know. So if you're on Anchor, you can go ahead and press, I think it's like a money symbol, to, of course, donate to the channel to help support the channel as well. So with that, again, I'm Tonetta, of course, here at Taboo Conversations, the podcast on Anchor, and of course other platforms that you're listening to as well. And I want to say thank you all for tuning in. I hope that you all enjoyed this video this morning, and that something that I said jumped out to you all, that helped you all, that will help you all move throughout your day. So with that, I want to say thank you all for listening to this episode. Take care, y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next episode.